going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
Greetings to everyone out there in the YouTube land. I'm Ahmed Hassanin, and I just want to give a shout out to Coach Dan. Thank you for all the support you show the team and the players. Everyone hit the like, subscription button, and yell woo in the comments. Thank you, and go Lions.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live, Coach Dan, by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton. Hey, want to thank you all for joining us here today. Talk Live Morning Show edition. And yes, I'm on the road edition. So the wife and I are on a vacation down south. So sorry if some of this is going to be abnormal as far as the setup, the views. Doing the best I can in the hotel to try to get a little space to get the show for you and not disturb everybody else. So hey, we're just gonna get through it and try to take care of things in the background as best I can. All right, this was not the longest show ever, but we do want to talk about a few things. Some stuff did pop up yesterday. I couldn't get it to you sooner in regards to the Detroit Lions, maybe already looking to sign somebody. Somebody who was cut yesterday that could perhaps bolster the Detroit Lions offensive line, and then a couple other options for Detroit to look at in free agency. We're going to talk about all these. Going to be about a 15-minute show, and probably, to be fair, this weekend will be about the same just because of what we've got planned to go on. I'll give you what we can during that amount of time. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time with the jibber jabber. Just if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so, making that march on up the top to 16,300. I want to say we're like 78 subs away from that, so we can help out. That'd be great. Also, if you have a second of time, completely free of charge, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, the like button, hit all the buttons. We try to get every episode of the show between 200, 300, 400 more thumbs up or likes. Last, never least, you see it scrolling to the bottom of your screen. If you live in the great state of Michigan and you want me to personally work for you, help you with real estate transactions, buying, selling, whatever it may be, go ahead and reach out to me, 269-998-2384. Have a conversation about how I can use over 30 years in the industry to make sure nobody overcharges you, overworks you. You get the gist. So go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, we'll go from there. And let's not waste any time. Let's get into this. Let's get into, right off the bat, the main topic of the day. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me because at least on my laptop, the sound is out, but not that that's the biggest thing ever. All right, first one on this list, and most of you may already know this. If not, hey, I guess I'm going to bring you up to speed. Lions did bring in somebody for an unofficial visit or an official visit, however we want to term it, word it, and that's going to be Jerick Willis Jr. Now, if you don't know who he is, he's from the Cleveland Browns. He was released yesterday, and I think this would make a lot of sense. If you don't think that Giovanni Manu makes sense for the future or Miles Frazier as a tackle, then this guy, I like him. I like him a lot. He does have some injury history. He does have some issues in there, but check out his numbers. According to Pro Football Focus, which you guys all know, take Pro Football Focus with a grain of salt. It's not always the greatest metrics for a person, but if you want somebody who's neutral, kind of analyzing somebody, Will's has been consistently strong in pass protection. Pass blocking efficiency numbers show steady performance over his career. 2024, 95.5. That's no joke. 23, 94.6. 22, 96.1. 21, 96. 2020, 97.7. So say what you want about the guy. Here's what we can say about that guy. He can pass block. And now, can you throw a tight end next to him from time to time, maybe help with the run blocking assignments? Sure, it's not his strength. He's not terrible at it, but Detroit wants a potential starter or just perhaps strong depth at the left tackle spot. He can play some right tackle too. This would make a lot of sense for the team. I don't think he's going to break the bank to get him. Again, he did come in yesterday for an official visit, and he visited with the Lions. That's basically what you can say. He's, let me throw these numbers back on the screen for you again. You check out. I just think he's a good option for a team. If you're not sold on spending a first-round pick or a ton of money on trying to acquire somebody in free agency, this might be a sound belief. If you believe in Hank Fraley, you believe in the Detroit Lions, all they can do to maybe develop somebody, this would make a lot of sense to me and give me some flexibility, some insurance at the tackles position. So we did add somebody struggles this week that you guys know with the trade for Dave Montgomery. Gives you phenomenal depth at both guards and the center spot. So now if you bring in someone like Willis Jr., what are your thoughts, new crew? Is it just great depth? Could this guy start for us? He did start for Cleveland. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section if you would be so kind. All right, next person we have on this list as far as potentially sign with Detroit Lions. Hey, let's throw him up there. Cameron Curl, most of you know he's with the Rams right now, but we talked about getting bigger, faster, stronger. What's he do? He does all that for the Detroit Lions. If you have any kind of questions about Brian Branch or Kirby Joseph, girls had a pretty good season last year. Let's go into that real quick. Girl had a strong season, 25, earning a 73.1 overall grade. And again, from Pro Football Focus, take it with a grain of salt, which ranked 16th among safeties. His run defense was even better, posting an 84.7, sixth at his position. Now, I do feel like in free agency, he's going to get a lot of eyes on him because he can cover, because he can play, because he does have size, because he does have speed. There's just not a lot of downside to him. He was heavily involved in the team's defense, playing 1,112 total snaps. That's a ton. Curl logged 676 coverage snaps, the third most among safeties in the leagues. Statistically, he finished the season with 2 interceptions, 3 pass breakups, and allowed just 45 receptions in coverage. Curl's versatility as both a coverage line defender and run supporter would make him a valuable piece to Detroit's defense. And you guys get it. If you have questions, which I'm going to assume it's only reasonable to kind of guess the Detroit Lions do have some questions about their safety position. Would he fit in right away? I think so. And you know, if both gentlemen do come back, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, you're totally in a situation where you could run 3 safeties out there. Again, I think the Lions are going to be almost forced to do that at times with Brian Branch recovering, having him as a pseudo linebacker. Nobody's going to know really what the situation is with Kirby Joseph going forward until we get to the season. We get to the season and he's out there. It's a big win for the team, but I think there's enough question marks, raised eyebrows. They probably do want to protect yourself a little bit by signing, whether it's Curl or somebody else. I'll leave that to your devices, or I guess, you could always draft somebody. All right, next guy on this list here. We're going over 5 options for the Detroit Lions, signing free agency that perhaps aren't going to break the bank. It's Najee Harris. Most of you know who he is. He's made himself in the league as a power running back, good blocker, does a lot of good stuff, a lot of similar stuff to what David Montgomery did for the Lions. Is he Dave Montgomery? Absolutely not. He's not the same back. He's not terrible. But the downside of him is, well, probably sounds like a Brad Holmes kind of signing. If you read over this, Harris has been one of the better pass blocking running backs throughout his NFL career. His traits alone make him a valuable piece for the Detroit Lions offense that asks its running backs to do a lot of protection. Harris is coming off a torn Achilles suffered early in the season, September 21st. That injury could significantly reduce his price on the open market. I don't think it could. I think it will reduce his price tag, which is exactly the type of value sign Detroit is often looking for. Detroit, as you guys are painfully aware, during the Brad Holmes tenure, they're always looking for people that are injured, that you can get good value. Somebody's trying to bounce back their career, prove they're still worth a bigger contract. Let them prove in Detroit. Go get it somewhere else. If Harris isn't immediately back to full form, Harris's experience, physical running style, and ability to protect the quarterback could give the Lions a reliable rotational back. I agree with that. He's not great in pass catching. He's not terrible. We all agree. He's pretty decent in pass blocking. As far as power running between the guards, between the interior offensive line, he's one of the more ideal backs out there. Again, if you're trying to keep costs down while getting high end return, a high ROI, this might be an ideal signing for him. Let's see if we can go get him. Let's see if we will go get him. All right, next one on this list here. Somebody we're all probably know way too much. For the last 2 or 3 years, Cameron Jordan has been speculated about being traded to the Detroit Lions. We've been mentioning that we're going to get him for this guy, that guy, this draft pick, whatever. Well, now you can just go out and sign him. He's an edge for the Saints. He's got ties, a history with Dan Campbell and others with the Detroit Lions, who once upon a time, if you didn't know, coach for the New Orleans Saints. He's 6'4", just shy of, I want to say, 270 pounds. He's up there. He's a pretty good size body. 290 pounds. He's a big. In the hoops. So lost my internet connection for a second. All right, there we go. Seemed to be back. All right, so give him his flowers there. Jordan can stop the run, can get to the quarterback. Jordan has a long history with Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Already talked about that. Seems like a good spot for him if he wants to be a rotational piece at this point in his career, which, to be fair, he's still putting up some numbers. He finished last season with 10.5 sacks while continuing to disrupt things for offensive linemen, no matter what situation he faced. I like the idea of signing someone, if it's not Cam Jordan, somebody like him, because he does bring a lot of versatility. If you could add a draft pick or two and Cam Jordan as your pseudo starter, and then maybe throw in like a Ahmed Hassanin or something else, I think you have a rotation. I would personally like to have the Lions have a 4 to 5 player rotation for both whoever is going to take that spot opposite Aiden Hutchinson and Aiden Hutchinson, just so Hutchinson maybe can get his snap count totals down to maybe 85% of the snaps, which is still pretty high, by the way, but just trying to take some wear off of him, keep him fresher. Cam Jordan, what do you guys think? If you can get him and have him in there just as a rotational piece, what your thoughts be? I'd actually like this a whole lot. I know some of you won't. Yes, he's getting up there in age. Yes, I like that photo of him, man. He looks like he should be in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. All right, next one here and last one here, Mo Alie-Cox. Now, if you don't you're not going to be putting in the corner or whatever in a timeout. Most people aren't going to know who he is. But let me tell you what he is. He is a massive size tight end, 6'5.5", just shy of 270 pounds. He would add a whole lot to the run blocking assignments if the Lions are going to use a little bit more 12 or 13 personnel, goal line packages, just any kind of power situation. Big Mo is in the house, and Mo will let you know when he blocks. He is one of the better run blocking tight ends in the NFL. If you can go out and get him, I'd say go do it, and it's not break the bank. Last season, he appeared situational receiver. Well, like I was saying, his numbers for pass catching isn't gonna break the bank. It's not gonna jump off the stat page or anything like that. So if you're looking for somebody just to get out there and catch passes, Mo isn't the guy. Where he thrives in is his versatility in short yardage situations. If you're trying to set up play action pass for someone like Jared Goff, I think it makes a whole lot of sense trying to get him. These are the 5 guys I came up that I thought wouldn't break the bank, that would add a whole lot to the team. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Get to be here for a few more minutes, so I'm going to power through as many in the comment section as possible before I can get out of here. But for the next day on vacation, the shows are basically going to be 15, 20 minutes at one most. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble. All right, Johnny, who is the guy? Who do we have in the picture? Now you know. And again, I guess if you don't know, let me throw it at you. It is this gentleman right here, Jerick Willis Jr., released by the Cleveland Browns, starting experience, back positions. You get a whole lot of value in him, in my humble opinion. You can have a different opinion, of course. Dennis, good morning to all. Great to be a Lions fan. I like the way you're thinking. Kerry, Willis, yes, indeed. What you talking about, Willis? Dave? Hey, Duke Root, didn't think Coach would have a show day? Yeah, they'll just be shorter while on vacation. The wife's out doing her workout stuff right now. Dave, Johnny, no idea. Let's see, Jimmy, good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. Back at you, Bo. Good morning, Duke Crew. Always a pleasure to see you. And more senior. Good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. What a team. What a podcast. What a time to be a Lions fan. Woo! Born, I'm so ready for free agency in the draft. Season of hope. Yes, it is indeed. Well said, my friend. Good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Andrade, another season ended, injured player might be picked up by Lions. I think that's possible, Andrade, 100%. I know Brad doesn't believe in narratives, but man, he sure does make it easy to create. You might be right there, man. Jimmy, so who is the newest member of the Detroit Lions? He's not signed with us yet, but the fact that they had him in Detroit, visiting, all that stuff. Obviously, there's interest from both his representation and the Detroit Lions. Will they add him? You don't have to wait for free agency. He got cut, so you can just go get him. That's good morning, Henry, and my neighbor to the north. There you go, David. Good morning, Duke Crew. Conan the Barbarian. I was shocked by the Bears trading DJ yesterday. Yeah, I was too, but I would say this. The Bears are adding that draft capital. There's probably two reasons for it. One, salary cap considerations. Two, wanting to move up in the draft. I think they're going to try to be active in the draft. Johnny, what do you got, Johnny? He looks like he was sketched by a sketch artist. Could be sketched by someone. Dennis, Bears got a haul for more. They did, man, and he will help. He will help where he's going. I'm gonna do great morning, Duke Crew, One Pride. Whoever he was, he's a scrapper. Look at his eyebrow. Yes, indeed. Same old soup. Good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. Like number 9. Thank you very much for that. Henry Moore Senior. Good morning, Dennis. Henry Moore Senior. Hey, my man of Grit Hoogadoo. Good morning. Garland, another person, man, I've seen a hot say. I doubt Brad has in him to spend big. I would agree with that. I mean, could be wrong. Maybe he does go out and get Linderbaum for whatever Linderbaum is going to get, $25 million a season, $20 million a season. I just think with the 5 people I put out there, I don't think you're breaking the bank, but I do think you're improving the depth of the team, and some of them will start. Johnny, it's Froggy Friday. I'll go with that. Jimmy, it seems that Brad Holmes isn't interested in signing great players out in free agency. Brad in the front office needs to quit shopping, go to the clearance section, and the Dollar Tree. Hey, we all know Dollar General Brad is in the house. Hookadoo, good morning, Henry, Carrie, Johnny, Paul, James, Rob, and Rob. How about that? Carrie, morning, Hookadoo. All right, seem to have some internet here, just so you guys know. It's not always the greatest, so apologies for that. Jen, good morning, all. Exclamation point. My thoughts, Marlon Keane, tight end out of Michigan, international player from Germany. See if they can. And hopefully you don't have to work today. But if you do, I hope it's a great day, Jen. Johnny Hookadoo, great morning to you, too. Jimmy, I am just frustrated that Brad is only interested in hurt players so he can get them on prove-it deals. He does have a history of that. There's no way of avoiding that. Great. Brad can't sign big. Ja is getting $20 million. Campbell is getting – Gibbs is getting $20 million. Campbell's getting $20 million. Branch is getting $20 million. Sam is getting $16 million. There's no money for other big names completely cooked. Yeah, it could be simply that. I'll see what they have to do. Rob, the picture doesn't look like a mugshot. It does look like a mugshot. Now that you guys mentioned it. Just so you guys know, media day for the team, you have a bunch of situations like this where they just line up and take pictures so they can get them out to like EA Sports or other merchandising providers so they have mugshots. Some guys handle the camera better than others. All right, let's see. Henry Moore. Boy, if I can get things clicked here. Good morning, my friend Johnny L. Hey, what's Jim Savage? I'm praying Brad watch this and grab some key parts. I do too. I'll go with that. All right, there she is. Good morning, Jen. There you go. She must be doing that from out by the pool. I think that's where the workout is. Henry Moore. Good morning, Jim. Thanks for all you do. 100% there. Jimmy, good morning to you. Hookadoo. Johnny, good morning to you. To Henry. Hookadoo. James, I don't have time for projects and what if players. I agree. This year, if you really look at the Lions' totality as a team, I know I've said this before, so I don't want to say it a lot, but I think if you add 2 quality offensive linemen, whether they're rookies, free agents, doesn't matter. They just got to be ready to go. You can do that this year, and then add 3 or 4 parts of the defense. I think the Lions might be one of the more elite teams in the National Football League. Xavier, greetings, salutations, Coach Dan, the Mighty Duke Crew. Hope everyone has a blessed day. Exclamation point, go Lions. Woo! Who's in the thumbnail? Now you know. I hope Brad swings for the fences in free agency. That would be great. Jen, good morning, Henry. Cancun. Michael is saying he thinks we are trading 2 firsts for Crosby. Maybe we do. I just hope we don't. If we go for Crosby, I really would not give up more than a couple of thirds for him. Maybe a second, something like that. I just don't think at this point in his career, I would invest multiple first rounders and another high-end player. I like the guy. I just don't think at that price it'd work for, at least for me. Everybody else is going to have a different opinion. Jen, good morning, Hookadoo. And 2, Johnny. Coach Rock, what do you got? Good morning, Duke. Always a pleasure to see you. John, good morning, Jen. Marsha Savage, yes. I'm hoping Shock with some really great players. Go Lions. I like the way you were foretelling the future. Senior Henry, what do you got? Here he is. Good morning, Jimmy. If Brad continues down the path, he's going to lose the support of the fans and very possibly his and Dan Campbell's jobs. You might be right. That's part of being in the level they're at. You're hired to be fired. Hookadoo, the man, the myth, and soon to be the legend has stepped in the building. Good morning, Rock. Exclamation. Johnny, good morning, Rock. Go to Marvin. I don't believe we will trade for any big name additions. Probably not, but been wrong before. Go with the trend until it's no longer a friend. Jimmy, good morning, Jen. Happy Moore, good morning, Marsha. I hope your day goes well. Me too. Rom, time to head out. Have a great day, everyone. Exclamation point. Have a phenomenal day. Good morning, Jay Savage. I would be thrilled if Brad just spun up the average, above average center, and maybe an edge in free agency. Dennis, I'd be happy with that too. Jen, good morning, Jimmy. Coach Rock, good morning, Hookadoo. Almost sent out a search party for you yesterday. Probably a wise thing to do. Johnny, I'm kind of getting sick of Brad Holmes. It happens, man. It happens. All right, Coach Rock, good morning. Johnny L. The frog left. Let's hope so. Jen, I see Brad still did not going after a big price. Yeah, I don't think he's going to go for big end things, but he could, right? Hookadoo, sorry, Rock, been helping a friend work on a bulldozer the last few days. Nothing wrong with that. It's always good to help a friend. Richard, the Bears are looking to get Crosby. Lions, I think, don't have the cap space, and Holmes' track record is to play it conservatively. We will see. We'll have to see indeed. Hoodoo, Ricky, when I get it done, we are going to use it with the Lions defensive line. I'm down with that. Oh, yeah. Jimmy with Jen. I think Brad Holmes loves the clearance rack better because he doesn't have to pay the fair market value for the players. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. All right, Queen Mary, good morning, Duke Crew. It's Friday, and a gritty group is in the building. Well said, indeed. Good to see you, Queen Mary. Look at it, Rocky. Gary, morning, Queen. The Trim Reaper, good morning, Coach Dan and the world-renowned Duke Crew. Exclamation point. Let's go, Lions. Woo! Back at you. Coach Rock, did you get fix so if so, you should talk about to Brad about how to fix the Lions. Hey, I'm down with that. Johnny, good morning, Queen Mary. Let's see. Something news and video news. Everyone else is out there making moves to improve their team, and we don't. Yeah, maybe we will. Just give it time. Free agency hasn't started just yet. All right, guys, I got to go ahead and get out of here. Sorry I couldn't get through everybody today, but at least until Monday, be kind of like this. Will be shorter shows, 15, 20 minutes, something like that, just because we are on vacation. Monday, we'll be back at the Lions Talk Live Command Center. And no, it's still under attack from the wife. So, all right, guys, if you would be so kind before departing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the like button, hit all the buttons. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do something kind for some of you all know. Be a good human being. And we'll see you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. If there is breaking news, I'll try to get to you as best I can while on vacation. Take care, all.
You're still here? What are you doing here? It's over. The show's over. Go home.